Hello, everybody. This is Galactix with my lovely co-host.
Which one are you talking about here?
I plural.
Hello, I'm nobody.
And I'm the other nobody.
So yeah, let's talk about
And
stuff.
welcome to our. We didn't all get together. Is bad in the SH podcast. It's called Hexcode. This is the Hexcode cast.
Right, let's call it that now then. Right. But yeah, we missed the
Awesome.
draft. We're doing a thing here. Give us money.
Hell yeah.
So, where do we want to start?
Let's start with we had a forum site move.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Sure did.
So, what does everyone think of the new site?
I'm happy that we are fucking around with it, you know.
That sounds naughty.
Everything I ever say is going to end up in the Hall of Fame for complete naughtiness, so I've
It's
given
true.
up.
It's true.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, I think we would all agree it's, including the people working on it, that's still work in progress, but it's definitely a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago.
it works
And-
now.
Right! Yes,
We can
that mostly.
As we saw last weekend, we can have a draft on the site.
Yes! Yes, the SMJHL draft, despite having 5,000 more players, went much more smoothly than
Yeah.
the SHL draft.
Yeah. Yeah. An hour and a bit for one round in the SHL draft is a bit too much. And then giving up
I
on the second
remember-
round.
I was posting I was going to say I was posting the picks for Winnipeg. I posted the Winnipeg pick, because we only drafted one player. And I remember hearing from Haz, okay, we drafted so-and-so, go ahead and format the post. I was like, okay, I think I've got about 20 minutes to do this. I think I can pull it off. And it ended up being 25, actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't far off.
Yeah. I think we had, in the GM Discord, we had basically finished the draft by the time we posted pick number 5 or something. That's how, that's how bad
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. And you lot weren't there for that, so you basically left me alone. And that was a stressful evening.
Well, if I had known I was only going to have one pick of work, and it would happen 25 minutes after the pick happened, I would have gladly joined you. But I was under the impression I was going to be a very busy boy that night. I was
mean,
misinformed greatly.
Yeah.
So,
Who did you actually
accept
draft?
my sincerest apologies. What if I told you I've been stalling all this time because I couldn't remember off the top of my head?
I'm trying to
Was
find...
Troy this draft? Troy McClure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's who we drafted then. That's why I couldn't remember. It's been so long, I literally forgot that was this draft.
Let me get my
So yes.
draft majig up.
Wow. You know
Which,
what?
Yeah, that-
it doesn't help because he created one player and then retired him after a season and then recreated.
But with the 12th
Mhm.
overall pick, he selected Troy.
Yes. Yes.
God, oh. Be glad you weren't
Who
the
is
rage.
now
that-
the head of Eastern Europe.
Yes, on
in World Juniors.
Yeah. Got some new GMs over on WJC this season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Rage had 4 first-round picks that draft. That must have been painful for them. So, going into that draft, were you wanting Troy, or did he fall to you, or what?
We wanted a defenseman, which sounds funny when you think about it, because it took us this long just to call up Gala here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a defenseman, but we are losing Bonk after this season to retirement. Yogi left in free agency. So spots are opening up, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually, whereas the forward situation is still pretty cramped. So it actually somehow, to my own bewilderment, the defense became a position of need, and this was a good draft for that to be a position of need. Just ask Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
So
they've got they picked up a lot of defense. They basically picked up an entire defensive core in one draft.
Pretty much.
They are
set. He was on the short list for us. I don't remember off the top of my head where on the short list. I would say in the top 2 or 3. I felt like we were pretty happy to have him fall to us. I know my hunch is he fell to us because he was a defenseman who didn't have defense strength. So that is something we had to work with, but we gave him a big fat front loaded contract to go ahead and cover that.
That issue.
Right, because he's technically not a first gen, is he?
Correct.
So he doesn't get that free change.
Right. So anyway, so that's all sorted now, and we're gonna get him straightened out. Not that it matters while he's still in juniors, because you're not gonna get to 90 anything unless you're Civvy McSee with the 99 hand speed. Shout out to the season 30 Detroit Falcons. But otherwise, it's a non-issue. But at least that issue is resolved, and we're very happy to have him. Again, another great, honestly, not to turn this into a Jets podcast real quick, but you think about the picks we, consistently, despite always getting to the conference finals and picking in that 11 to 14 range, we keep picking players like, Fridge and Troy McClure and, oh my gosh, Yell Crab, Embark, Flappy. We do all right in the draft.
There, yeah.
Yeah, for, never having lottery picks like, other teams.
Buffalo.
I was going to be nice and not name names. Okay.
Oh, I'll name names, especially when it's Buffalo.
Oh, right, that is a thing. Yes. I'll just stand back here and let you go ahead.
I mean, I was calling out M-dubs on a media article that I wrote because I need to make money about he's a filthy renegade rag. And he was like, wow, I thought we were friends. I'm like, yes, but I'm also going to make fun of you right now.
I mean, that's the best thing to do with someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Jets, they finished first in the West this preseason, didn't they? So
apparently so. I still haven't looked at today's sim because I actually drove back from Tennessee this morning. Fun fact.
Oh, nice.
But I have heard we finished first in the preseason.
Yes, you did.
In the West.
Yeah.
So I will take your word on that. Let me open up the index now, actually. I have nothing better going on.
I was shocked because I missed the preseason update boat, and I still got 10 fucking points.
Nice.
9 assists and 1 goal. And I think about 17 shots blocked, which isn't really good, but third line defenseman. A third pairing plus mostly a passing kind of person. Whatever has magic has been brought upon this is amazing.
Wow. I somehow finished the preseason with 42 points after starting with 10 and 17. So it was basically a point per game clip during the last 2 sims.
Not bad.
Shout out to my 15 hits, though.
Yeah, my preseason's basically been terrible first sim, really good second sim, terrible third sim. Literally all my points just came.
Don't progress.
Yeah, so do you want to go back to talking about the draft, or should we move on from that shit show?
I feel like we should move on. We should move on to other things, including, and not limited to, the fact that drama always follows the SHL wherever it goes. One of
That
the
doesn't
first.
narrow anything down at all.
No.
Well, I was gonna go with ass pancakes.
Okay. Sure.
Well, it's because it's the first I believe it's the first major shit show with the new forum board.
Is that on the new board or was that on the old board?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
No, that was on the new one.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah,
looking at the
because
date.
that was definitely after the draft.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes. Okay. 10-4.
So it's just kind of like, okay. Are you dead now? Well, not dead. I mean, like, you gone? You gone? No?
Probably not. Let's be
No.
honest. Nobody is probably ass pancakes.
Yep. Wait a minute.
I mean, we just I recently read the Thunderdome that Nor put out there, and just the whole fact that apparently he had multiple Discord names to spy on the Knights. I was like, oh, that's
How
not.
many people are in the Knights
See, here's
Discord
what I
that you
don't get
can't
about that.
notice?
That's my question. Like, who is passing out Knights Discord invites like they're candy on Halloween?
So our Discord link for the Knights is stickied into the forum board.
Like the
It's a permanent.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So as long as he was able to log into the forum, gotcha. I got that. Does actually make sense.
But then,
Yeah,
I presume you've got new people joining, notification turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people
if
are
it's
actually
old enough
in
Discord, that would be the default.
that
yeah.
Discord that you can't, that there's that
But
many
if
accounts
they never show up as online, like if you create the account, automatically turn yourself offline.
Mm-hmm.
There's no new member notification. How often is anybody actually going to look at the offline members? It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Now that I've actually been walked through the process, I actually see how that could happen.
yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
have on average about 65 people, and
Okay.
some of them are inactive, and like we have all kinds of things. So it's just like, yeah, of course they would fucking show up or not show up. So, yeah, I think we cleared it out of what we thought were the specific people, but
Right.
it's a wait and see moment.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, Discord you won't be able to prune because
Right.
And if it's all the same, yeah, okay, that's going to be hard to prevent, honestly.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, literally the only way to prevent would be to remove the forum link and make it strictly pretty much invite only.
Yeah, send the invite out every time you draft someone or whatever. Maybe.
And honestly, I even hate to say this, but I know from working with him in SMJHLHO that Sammy is the worst for accidentally sending invites to people. So you would literally
he's
have
worse
to make
for
it where like
everything.
only the mods have the ability to send the invites, or Sammy would be like trying to send an invite to like Sin's Discord to his buddy from school, and all of a sudden
He's now
this
commissioner of the
random-ass dude
FHL.
just materializes it. Yeah, like this is a thing that happened in HO before. Like just some random dude shows up and is like, tag Sammy, what the fuck, man? Oh, sorry, nothing to see here. Please disperse.
I mean, actually, saying that Zune did link me SMJHO. That's close enough. Their Discord the other day.
Good times.
But yeah, turn on your message for when people join, then you'll be able to see.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
But
so
anyway.
he's now suspended for, I believe, 3 weeks?
Oh, who knows?
May he be suspended forever, like Gorlab.
Nah, probably not.
He was called up.
Oh, I guess I can look back on award shows and see if I won anything. Whoops.
Mumble.
Have
winning
they
award
done
shows.
the Juniors Awards?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
They
last
did?
weekend.
Okay, I missed it. Oh, that's why I missed it then. 10-4. Okay.
To be honest, it's one of those. I didn't win anything, so I don't.
And
Okay.
to be fair, I wasn't a rookie mentor yet, so I wouldn't have been as, and I wouldn't have been as invested in the Juniors Awards as I will be moving forward. So,
I
As
mean,
you say,
I'm
you will.
always the unsung hero, always, forever and fucking always. So I don't ever expect anything.
I mean, I'm just always coming second, so...
Oh man, I can't believe you got stuck with two people on the nights who had back-to-back cups. I'm just like, my dude.
But yeah, no, I'm on I'm on a good pace for the elusive quadruple silver. I've got WJC silver, IIHF silver, lost in the finals of the 4 Cup playoffs. Just need a Challenge Cup playoff final loss, and I've got quadruple silver. There we go.
Yes. Meanwhile, M-Dubs and I are at triple gold, looking for that quadruple gold.
Yeah, your career's been a little bit more successful so far.
You know what? I think the Sim gods decided, because I handled a bunch of tire fires early on in my last player, that they're going to bless me with this one.
Yep. No, Sim gods just hate me.
probably because of all the bad jokes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, yeah. Bojo steps down as GM, they win Challenge Cup, makes sense.
I'm telling you, man, there's something to it.
I mean, I did get IIHF gold, so there's that. They may not hate me that
There you
much
go.
anymore.
Did we ever talk about Toman coming back?
No.
Probably not.
Should we talk about Toman coming back? Because I feel
He's
like
back.
that's...
He's alive.
Yeah, I mean...
Everyone knows by now.
It's a very noteworthy and great thing that I'm very happy about, but I'm not really sure it's a conversation starter.
This is what happens when you are kind of like thinking about day drinking and you're like, hey, I miss these people. We should probably do blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, we'll do this in an hour. And then podcast thing.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
next topic of discussion.
Oh, did you? I thought you had one there,
Nope,
nobody.
that was the question. Anyone got anything?
Awards? You know what? I don't know. I'm looking at the
We
reward.
can talk. Do we want to talk about award? Can we talk about SHL awards?
Yeah.
Yes, but then this becomes a Jarts podcast, my dear.
I'm gonna leave that out of it. I have a question.
We might have an answer.
We probably don't have an
How?
answer.
No, How did Mikolina not win the Anton Razov? Please explain.
The awards committee are a bunch of dummies.
They like Watcher more than anything in this world.
If they did, then why doesn't he ever win the DAR?
Because he wasn't part of the DAR this particular round.
No.
That was Chris York.
Look, the problem you've got here is you're trying to apply logic to the awards committee.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah, no.
There is some logic, and in fact, the logic actually held for the Razov. Your boss was actually very keen on picking up on that, nobody. And normally it really annoys me when he goes into awards threads and starts bitching. I'll be the first to admit it, because he does it literally every season. Literally every season.
I mean, it's pretty much deserved every single season.
I would say some more than others, and this year was probably one of the more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's pretend that I have been ignoring the SHL for 3 weeks. Can you please tell me what the fuck happened?
So what we have here is, if you were under a rock for the past month-ish, or maybe you just we'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you just checked out because of the 4 move. And you were just like, okay, let me know when you're done and I'll bring my furniture or whatever. Okay. So
Yes.
You're here for the housewarming party and we're catching you up on all the struggles of the move. At the end of the playoffs last season, the Los Angeles Panthers faced the West Kendall Platoon in the Challenge Cup Finals. And in that, the West Kendall Platoon won the Challenge Cup, ending a drought dating back to, I want to say season 7. Somebody would have to double check me on that.
I will pull up the historian stuff.
Excellent. So, the leading scorer and one of only 2 players with more than 20 points in the playoffs for the Platoon, I might add, was one Mikko Lena, who was the team's captain. Wow, I gave him too much credit. Shit.
Yep.
Who was the team's captain also, and was recently just traded to Calgary, RIP. And anyway, but was the leading scorer for the team, captain of the team,
I think it's season 5.
Yeah, that's what nobody said. So, season 5 it is. And remember, this is an awards committee that has gone so far as to insist when it comes to regular season awards that you have to be on a team that actually wins. That even when Chris York outscores people by like 14 points and has a season that when you prorated over an 82 game season would be close to 130 points over the course of a season. He never even gets a sniff of the Mexico because his team doesn't win. He doesn't make playoffs or whatever.
Which is absolute bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Yet, we give the playoff MVP to a player on the losing team in the finals.
Ooh.
Because he had 2 more points with 1 extra game, I might add, and 30 more hits because Lena has regressed out of checking. Literally any other season, Lena would have gotten those same 30 hits. And then their stat lines would have matched like evenly. But finally, Lena gives up the ghost this season, and it probably cost her the Razov because they happened to win the Challenge Cup this season. I'm using my pronouns interchangeably a little bit because the player is a guy, but the user is EJ. Forgive me, but I don't know, fam. I literally don't know.
I'm enraged. I am enraged on behalf.
We've also got the what was it last year? Who was it last season that won Rookie of the season?
Oh, the Seattle player.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which one, but Seattle had won it like 19 straight seasons.
And everyone was saying that someone else should have won it. They got more points. They were a lock-in, but they gave it to the player in Seattle because Seattle did worse.
Shrug emoji.
Then they're saying, then York, like, your team was bad, so you don't deserve the award. And then this season, it went the complete opposite for Rookie of the Year. So, the Dermot on Buffalo had a few. I don't know what the final total was, but a few more points than me. While they finished,
but you're also
top,
a defenseman.
I finished bottom. I'm defenseman.
Right.
He's a forward.
Right. See, and I actually went through on my last podcast, the one I do by myself, the podcast I'll regret making. I actually went through the awards, having seen once by that point the nominations were announced. I actually went through each of the awards and kind of said, okay, if I'm given this list, then here's how I was voting on each award or whatever.
Yeah.
And that one, a lot of the awards were really tough, I will admit, and that was one of them because it was hard to compare because the stats are so far apart for forwards. Like, you can't even compare shot blocks because even a amazing defensive forward will get maybe 20 shot blocks in a season, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a defenseman will get
80 plus.
50 in a bad year.
Yeah.
Right. And then the points, of course, are not going to match up really well. So it's really hard to compare. I had you pretty even. I think I ended up giving a slight edge to Lavelle, but I almost did that knowing they were just going to vote for him anyway.
Let me
I thought
check out
you
the
had a strong
stats
case.
here. He had 42 points. I had 36 points.
Right, it was like a 6-point gap, and then and he was slightly higher in P20, but again, he's a forward, so and it's not like I think I even looked so far as to see how much like special teams time y'all had, and it was pretty even.
I think we were even there as well.
Right, which was little for both. I tried really hard to find a way to split it, and I really couldn't, which pretty much told me it was going to go to the forward, regardless of who the names were.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was right, but, I get it on that one,
I mean, I'll just take the fact that Toman said he gave me the edge, so I'm happy there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, if Toman says it, I mean,
it has to be gospel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
I'm going to frame that and put it on a wall somewhere.
Counts for something.
Mm-hmm.
So. What other awards? I should have opened that. Where there are lots of. Eggy got the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Claps all around.
So that was cool. I was surprised he got it, since he's still. Not because he hasn't earned it, but because
He's still the active commissioner.
exactly. I would have expected that to happen once he stepped down. Kind of like when my last season on the committee, we gave it to JY right after he stopped simming.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that last year of simming he magically did something to earn the Lifetime Achievement. We were just basically waiting to give it to him as a farewell
Although,
present.
in this case, Eggy did do something to earn that in that season, which was a site move.
He
did
what?
do the site move, and he had, let's not forget, also just finished stepping down as New England GM. I'm pretty sure this was the first season that Toivo was New England's GM.
She was.
And then they.
That was last season.
Well, I'm not saying this offseason. I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like season 41 was his.
Yes, maybe. What was it?
I think Eggy was still GM in S40. Well, when did the trade happen? Let's look at the season 40 index and see where Jasper Clayton's ass is. Because literally one of.
No, but yeah, it was season 40. It was season 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So this would have been his first season not being a GM as well as the forum move. So.
I'm also shocked he's not on Wolfpack anymore.
I love that was like Toivo's first move, basically, was to ship out Eggy for draft picks.
Yeah.
To draft Carbine and
Sammy.
Jay and Sammy. Yeah. 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 So for Carbine and a fifth, basically.
Yeah.
Right. God bless you, Toivo.
I
That was just
mean,
such a
oh,
we lost her. R.I.P. in peace.
she was just about to say something productive. Okay, you're back. Welcome back.
much.
Welcome back.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Okay, she's there. Cool.
Yes, I switched over to data, so we could
all right,
this shit.
Cool. So, yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Quite some time ago, and I know we've talked it out.
But yeah,
Yes.
Carbine's gone. Has he been? How well has he been keeping up with updating? Because I know he's gone basically inactive in general activity. Is he still updating? Or... Let's see.
Yeah, I'd be the wrong person to ask about that. I just know he's the GOMHL simmer.
Yes, he is, isn't he? And he's commissioner of WJC.
Right.
Mm.
What's his player's name? Oh wait, no.
That was actually my next question. Was can I even tell you his player's name in this league? I don't think I can.
He's not. And what team does he play for right now?
Andoni.
Yes, he is. Who does he play for right now?
Apparently on the Whalers.
Whalers, okay.
And he apparently has 419 TPE.
419.
Season 41.
He's got one more update to take him to 461.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. He's fine.
Yeah. So many.
Oh man, I just realized Max has officially outshone Xena. Not just on the hardware thing, but like more TPE.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Okay. No, I don't know. It's like, I know that my year went in November, but now that I'm kind of thinking about how long I've been here, you guys, it's interesting, you know?
Right. Oh, it's actually this month. I think I'm like 8 days away from my 2-year anniversary on the site.
Oh wow!
It's a little bit of a mindfuck. So
yeah,
I was in the summer Reddit draft 2 calendar years ago, and now my grumpy old man is
about to retire off into the sunset and have his Russian offspring take over.
Yes, pretty much. The egotistical Russian prince, Nikolai Evans.
I'm very excited for that.
The offspring of a former Sarmad Khan Trophy winner and a former John McBride Trophy winner.
Too bad his sister's not joining.
I'm sorry?
Too bad his sister's not joining.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, with the mother being inactive, I don't really know if there were other children in canon, to be honest. I'm sure there were supposed to be, but...
Wait, I got you guys mixed up with
Chris.
Yes. I was like...
Yeah. Those allegedly, both of those children will still happen. So
yes,
my children with Tanner ended. Whenever he makes a league, which I've been bothering him for some time to do so, they will return. But in the meantime, they're all disappeared from the mob.
Right.
Very sad. We picked names that meant stuff in Russian and in Finnish, like super excited, like this was supposed to be Max, more or less, and it felt weird. It felt weird doing Irina without Ilari, so womp womp.
Womp womp.
This has been your reminder that I miss Tanner on sim sites. That I do. I don't do SBA. I know.
I was about to say, just join SBA. Problem solved.
Zach, do I need to remind you how many times has been like, update, damn it. Like, I know,
yes,
I will.
Yes, the SBA would not be...
No,
that would not be a good thing, because it's one of those... I kind of like the setup better, honestly, but it is something you have to do every week and not something you can just do something really big and write it for 2 months or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Phrasing. Yes, sorry. But yeah. So, no, probably not for you, TBH.
Yeah, I mean, I tried the EFL. I accepted a contract for a college and then disappeared. So
yeah,
if anyone...
Same, and that's with being able to claim SBA welfare, but I think between the 2 locker rooms I joined, since you get to create 2 players in that league, like, the first 2 weeks I was there, they were like, Yeah, you get to create an offensive and a defensive player.
Huh.
Because because it's football and you need more people.
Right, exactly. But between the two teams I joined, because I sent them to two separate places, and I think the two locker rooms combined for like 6 messages in my first 2 weeks. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I get that's a casual league, kind of like the GUMHL is or whatever.
Yeah.
But there has to be a pulse. Like, come on. Like, even in my GUMHL team, people talk in the Discord. It's usually not about the GUMHL, but people talk in the Discord. So.
Yeah. GOM.
By the way, if my GUMHL GM or co-GM are listening, feel free to acknowledge my controversial media post this week that I still haven't claimed for TPE yet because I'm holding out of training until you resolve my demands.
Anyway, actually talking about Discord would probably be a great way to talk about, yet again, the 500 fucking time that people are like, Discord's ruining the forum experience.
So let's talk. Here's the crazy thing about that entire thread, which obviously is near and dear to my heart since I just joined the rookie mentoring committee. All right? Here's my favorite part about that thread. Literally, if you missed it, again, if you were been under a rock for the past month, this thread pops up because a user...
Can we
wink,
name?
Wink, nudge, nudge. He admits it in the thread. It's Hiffo.
Yeah.
But under a different username, said that he was retiring his player because a rookie mentor hadn't contacted him in over 24 hours, and this wasn't for him, blah, 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 blah. Yes,
You put out a piece of media today saying that no teams contacted him still. Did he ever unretire?
Yes, he created a new player. He didn't unretire, he created a new player.
Right, okay, I haven't seen...
Which, honestly, if you unretire with 155 TP, that puts you at, like, 140 or something stupid.
I
It made
mean,
more sense to create a new player at that
I've seen
point.
dumber
And
things,
he
okay?
is a goalie. He's
Right.
a goalie, and God help him.
So people told him that making a goalie right now was a terrible idea, so he made another one.
So he made another goalie.
Okay.
Right, exactly. Because Hiffo.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all that aside, so he posts this message, which led to, first off, people reaching out and helping, some of which actually helpfully, some of which saying stupid things like, don't bother the rookie committee, they're helping other rookies right now. You're not important, rookie. They're just helping the other rookie, so don't bother the rookie mentors, just message me, man. What the fuck, Leifer? Do you realize when you wrote that how little sense that made?
The rookie
What
mentors
the fuck,
suck.
dude?
Oh man, it sounds like you're about to go over to Leifer's house and punch him.
No, it's fine. I'm just, that was.
You're about to open a can of redneck whoop ass on him.
I own no such cans. But yeah,
right.
like, post lots of stuff like that. Well, you should have reached out. Hey, somehow this turns into an argument about Discord. And, I'm over here hey, I'm, saying stuff like, I'm sorry to hear about this. Let's see what we can do to work this out, blah, blah, blah. Knowing, by the way, that he got a message, right? I'm trying not to throw Homeboy under the bus, especially because I think at the time it's a new user and not, I don't know, Hiffo. But I'm trying really hard not to throw Homeboy under the bus, Knowing good and damn well he did get a message from a rookie mentor. And that this entire discussion that's playing out is based on an entirely false premise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be a good boy.
Best boy.
Best boy.
I will install upon you McElroy best boy on
Thank
that
you.
one.
Thank you. So anyway, lo and behold, it turns out, somebody, I think it was Abigail, said, oh, well, he's an IP match, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. And sure enough, it gets out that it was Hiffo all along, and he didn't even mean to say rookie mentor. He meant to say SMJHL GM, but he was, I think he said he had gone 2 days without sleeping or whatever. I don't know.
That's a reasonable explanation considering he came back to the SHL. I mean, you wouldn't do that in a normal state of mind.
That does check out. You're right.
Schultze also came back. Sweet Jesus.
dude, somebody came back that like was from like season 1 this season. That like he joined. I was just like, hey, welcome back, man. And like JY and Schultze and Guy were like, oh my god, you're here. I was just like, yeah, he's here, guys. Lazy Eye is here. Yeah. But apparently he was a really big deal once upon a time. So glad to hear he's back, and hopefully I'll learn why he was a big deal at some point, because everybody's very excited to have him back. Anyway, I don't get how that turned into an argument about Discord. I don't get how people are still showing up in the thread and posting stuff like, you should just ask for help, man, not reading that everything that happened afterwards, including, most importantly, it wasn't a rookie at all.
And he did get a message from the rookie mentors.
And he did get a message from the rookie mentors. And he has since recreated.
But yeah, it all started off like someone saying you should just jump in the Discord and ask for help.
Right.
I'm also shocked that he didn't go back to his old username with all of his old bank, but whatever.
Does he have a big bank? I honestly don't know.
Let's check.
I'll let you do that, nobody. I just can't imagine how much bank he would have, considering like his last 3 or 4 players have all been... Unless he just hasn't spent any... Actually, maybe that's the trick. You just keep recreating. That's 3 million each season, and then you don't spend any of it.
Mm-hmm.
You might be onto something there.
I don't even think he was copied over onto the new bank.
Oh, well,
let's check the old bank.
Remember JPL? All of his recreates. Oh, by the way, a general announcement. If from the old bank sheet to the new bank sheet, you don't see your name, you should probably contact head banker Joe K.
Oh, did that happen to you?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not on the juniors team. I'm not on the Jets.
That sounds like what just happened to Hiffo, based on what nobody is saying. So
maybe he's somewhere.
It's like I get it. I was pretty kind of sort of inactive. So I don't blame anyone on that. That being said, double check yourself before you wreck yourself in incurring incredible debt.
They had actually. Yeah.
Now,
no.
are you looking for Hiffo or are you looking for Habs fan from Ontario?
I have looked for both, and I finally found him. 28 million.
Oh, yeah, well, he probably should have done
And
that.
Formex's player name is a link to a Google spreadsheet. Oh,
okay,
that takes you to the new bank. Okay.
So, fun fact, if you look at the IHF eligible players list on the forums, and you go to the Russia list and click on my player name, it's actually a Rickroll. I did that when I was updating, when that was my job for like 2 seasons. I did that, and nobody noticed until like Ghost Adam Kaiser took over for me, and he was updating it like his first pass through, and I just get a random Discord message that I completely like. By that point, I had forgotten I had done it. Right? I had been done with the job for 2 seasons. Like it kind of went in limbo for a season or whatever. I just get a random message, found your Rickroll! And I'm like, what? What Rickroll? He's like, was it you? The link under your player name in the IHF eligible players list? I was like, oh yeah! I did that! Thanks!
Oh my god.
Good times.
Yeah.
You were giving me ideas
check
here.
that out.
Also, I feel like I need to explain my McElroy thing. If you don't know anything about the McElroy brothers, you have been living under a rock. They have been Justin and Griffin were Polygon journalists until they left for other pursuits. They have done YouTube videos. They do My Brother and Me podcast, or also known as Mabid Bam. And they also do a live, well, not an actual play D&D podcast called The Adventure Zone. I have never laughed or cried as hard as I've done that. Like, listen to their entire thing. So, Go do that. This is a free advertisement for any McElroy product. There we go.
Is this the sponsored spot of the podcast? Because if so, go check out Score.
Yes, go check out Score, where I need to update today.
Where I need
Score?
to go post that thing. And
Yes.
What is Score?
It is basically my wet dream baby of sim leagues and NASCAR.
Ah.
Yeah.
Go support Zach's dream, everyone.
Even though it's not my league, it is my dream.
Yep. I mean, you do stuff.
I do stuff. I do less than I did.
Actually, that's a good point. What do you actually do now?
I'm just a media head now.
Okay.
Oh, Zach, you're media head. Can we have a discussion about streaming the draft league stuff? And I mean, in the past, media heads have not given us tons of money, hence why we did ads for a little bit. But you see where I'm going here, right?
I do. I feel like I should say that I'm Score media head and not SHL media head. I see where you're going with that, and I support your endeavor, but I have no real. I can't really give you anything there. No, sorry for the confusion.
Actually,
Not
I
to be
will
confused with
just say that Eggy last night did
user.
mention an official draft stream possibly in the future.
Ooh.
I have
That
no
would
idea
be
what he means by
interesting.
that.
I would.
He better fucking hire us.
Yes. But yeah, we were talking about stuff last night in Toronto, and he brought that up. But anyway, junior drafts pay so much better than SHL drafts.
Because it's double pay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more than double, but for the last draft, it was me and Sim doing this Reddit one. We got 5 million each, which was very nice.
Because Clint messaged me, and he's my boy, and I said, listen, we put in a lot of work in it. It's why we get ads. I couldn't do it this time. We usually get split 3 million each way, usually double for media week for juniors, but it kind of sucks. So if you could send some more money my boy's way, I'd appreciate it. And he was like, you're welcome.
But yeah.
By the way, shout out to Clint winning the Breakout Player of the Season award in the SHL.
Yes, very, very exciting. I'm very, very happy. He is my baby. Not really, but my kid.
It's funny. I was telling.
Has anyone got a counter for how many people you've said that about?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure it's quite a few by now.
I know who isn't on that list, okay? And it's me. You know how I know that, nobody?
Go on.
See, this lady over here, as I point in an imaginary object in the distance that apparently is Gala. I'm pretty sure I'm pointing at a Joe Corvo bobblehead. Did a brief little media this week. There was like an interview with like GQ Canada or whatever, and
yes.
mentions her Russian comrades on the Jets, Pietra Volkova and Vyacheslav Orlov. What the fuck am I? Chopped liver?
I keep forgetting, Zach.
Don't worry,
What
we
the
all
hell?
do. We all do.
I'm so sorry, Zach. I will write a media explaining how bad Max is.
You should just write media listing everyone you forgot to mention, but you've got to make sure he's 10th on the list.
I literally wear the C in Russia.
Max is very shy. That is my excuse for this one.
I'm hurt.
Listen,
hurt.
I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. I mentioned Volkova because she's the GM, and of course would probably be looking after. I mentioned Orlov because I can never
you
not
just had
shit
to take
on
a shot at Clardy while you had the chance. No, I get it. I get it. I really do.
it. I can't ever stop it, and I'm sorry that nobody has never been a part of our community when Clardy was a part of it, and Clardy will never come back. So it's like
Oh wait, did you completely miss that? Nobody?
Oh yeah,
Seriously? Oh,
he did.
That's unfortunate.
Like
You really haven't lived, honestly.
yeah, so like I can't ever not mention it, especially since I can shoot on Clardy and say that like Orloff is a drunk and like literally stopped caring and he's pining for Xena because why not? And then I'm going to write a series of Zach Evans shits on Rookie more often than not because Rookie is dumb. He can't remember his own Russian counterparts unless it's Misha.
I'm
They just
excited
have
for
Max
these.
keep calling me by different names, like Jack or Zeke or.
Just say I can't. I'm too Quebecois to say your name, and then yelling, "You're Russian!" It's like nope.
Oh dear God!
While we're on the topic of IIHF, do we want to talk about Sweden's new head?
How much time do we have left?
10 minutes or so.
Do we?
I don't know, we got
I
anything
don't
else to
have-
talk about?
Strong opinions, one way or the other, on that. No. What else is there to talk about? We could talk about.
Don't trust people who don't like Skylar White.
I don't think I have an opinion on Skylar White.
Breaking Bad reference, anyway.
No.
Um,
Yep. No. That's a no for me, dog. Oh my God! All the confusion puns in this thread.
I was going to
about-
say, do we want to talk about how player options work?
Fun
Oh my
fact, everybody: you
God.
can't exercise a player option unless you're going into free agency. Like just huge FYI, people. Don't do that. That's no good.
It causes lots of confusion.
Does this mean we're going to have arbitration for this person?
I don't think there's anything to arbitrate. I think he's just stuck. I might be
Womp
wrong on
womp.
that, but
Poor Minnie. That's got to be awkward for the next month and a half.
Minnie stays awkward. Let's be honest.
I had hoped that they would not be awkward, especially since like Peebs, my girl's there.
No,
And
no such luck.
alas,
No such luck. I mean, they had the whole awkward deal in the off season with Wally.
Yeah.
what
which-
happened?
Was actually on the old forum. It was so long ago. He retired Ollie, obviously, since he recreated into this draft class. Originally, he wasn't intending to recreate in this draft class. He was intending on just going away, and he had retired Ollie before the off-season schedule was posted. Right.
Oh shit!
Like Minnesota knew he was contemplating retirement, but was really,
But they were
I don't know.
expecting at least one more season if he were to
Right.
retire after the post.
off-season
Yeah.
post, right? And he didn't, and so there they are. Which is why they had to call up the guy who is now Sweden's head to play goalie for them this season.
Although he would have had to clear waivers to go down this season.
Oh
Season-
yeah, I
because
think
of
they
season
would have had to call him up
39.
anyway.
Yeah.
But
Wally, intentionally or not intentionally fucking SHL teams over since this time last year.
Wait. He then Thunderdomed them after retiring.
yeah. Then we got like screen grabs from their conversation, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was really unfortunate for me because like even though we have disagreed at times, I think everybody knows that. Like, I get along really well with Wally. I get along really well with Baylor. We're teammates in SBA. Like, I didn't really. Well, I won't say I didn't want to side. I didn't really side with either of them because, like, I wanted them to stop yelling at each other, but they didn't.
I mean,
But
they had an okay team this year, but the loss of him has really ruined their chances somewhat.
I mean, the East is such a cluster bomb anyway.
Yeah, this is a big loss for them.
Right. But to be fair, we have seen cases of low TPE goalies
Kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah. Timo Haas. I want to say J-Bay's first season was really surprising. I
mean, preseason they finished just outside the playoffs. I believe 1 point ahead of Toronto, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It was stupid tight.
I mean, you guys all know my feelings about stuff like that.
Right.
So. Ah, Jesus.
Fun time.
What is Wally's new player now?
Crush Sile or something like that? He's a winger.
Ah.
Basically, the TLDR is he knows he's not going to stick with this player because he's going to recreate, likely in the next summer Reddit draft, with Priss, with the Twins, right? So he's going into this player telling everybody this is exactly what happens. He expects it to be a career SMJHL player. Everybody knows that he's not, being dishonest about it. He's just telling people, I just want to fuck around with a winger until I make a goalie with my next player.
He's going to spend a season getting TPE, then fuck off.
Pretty much. Because all he has to do is get to 350
to
get capped, and then that's all he really has intentions of doing.
You can just rest for another 4 seasons.
Right.
Wait. Priss is out soon?
No. What Priss is targeting, like, the next summer Reddit, not the one that just happened. So, like, 5-6 seasons from now.
In 6 months.
No, that would be a winter Reddit. The next summer Reddit. The one a year from now.
Oh,
well, I think the next Reddit will be next winter will be less than 6 months.
Right, probably, honestly. It'll probably be closer to 5.
Yeah.
Seasons and years, like real life years and seasons on the SHL fuck me up so much.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy.
Goofiness, okay.
So, yeah, that's what that boils down to. So.
Well, a year with a winger would be, even if you do the bare fucking minimum, you can hit 1,000.
Right, if he wanted to go to the SHL at all, which it sounds like he doesn't. So.
Fair enough. I mean, I got opinions on that, but...
Oh, well, that's fine.
So what's our time?
We are about 2 minutes away from an hour.
Jesus, the things they would do for $1 million in real life.
But yes,
next time we will be taking questions. This was just desperation.
Oh my god, I just almost asked a really stupid question, nobody.
Go on.
I was going to ask, what do you think about the players your juniors team drafted out of the Reddit draft? Before I remembered, we literally have the same locker room.
Yeah, we're on the same team, aren't we?
Do we want to spend the next 2 minutes talking about how awesome the Falcons draftees are and fuck the other 7 teams? I'm good with that, honestly.
They seem great.
I know I've said this in the Discord already, and I shouldn't play favorites as a rookie mentor, but Mordacious is my favorite. I'm sorry.
You
That's-
weren't there the day of the draft, were you? Or the evening of the draft, whatever.
I was, but why couldn't I do the draft? Like, why couldn't I be on the stream with you? I'm trying to remember. There was something going on, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember.
So I take it you weren't in the voice call that was happening during that?
No, I was not.
Because I don't know if you saw, but there was
Oh,
like
wait, yes,
12
I
people.
was. I joined, like, halfway through.
Yeah,
I
'cause I was doing the draft and I kept looking in and there's like 12 people in voice
Yes.
chat. And what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I joined like halfway through. That must be what it was. Like I was able to join, but I was I couldn't. I would have had to have left in the middle of the stream.
Right.
That's why I couldn't do the draft stream. And I did end up leaving in the middle of that voice chat. So,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, how many... What, did we get like... I think we got 10 people or something, didn't we?
Oh, probably. Thereabouts.
But, boy, the locker room is busy right now.
It's busy, and it's so goofy. Especially coming from, for me, like, when I was drafted to the Falcons, especially my send-down year, the deplorables year, it was like, men of the jungle, hard asses, know.
Ooh! Do you want to talk about more drama, actually?
Oh, sure.
Wait, I think we've
Question mark?
hit 2 minutes.
But this is good drama.
This sounds good. I kind of want to hear this.
Okay.
I'll work for free for this.
You probably remember it, but someone went undrafted in the SHL draft.
I did see that.
Montreal
Yes.
picked him up, stole him
Yes.
from the Knights, basically.
Right.
Through a rule that only exists in the SMJHL that HO didn't even really know about.
Well, that won't be the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
But go on.
But like I was saying, like Eggy was talking about, like that's a very all the rules, including that one, seem very deplorable orientated. Like that's probably why it was brought in.
Right.
But yeah, Gallo, that you probably didn't see that, did you?
I mean, we've talked about it briefly, but I laugh a little bit. Thing is that I need to go back and spend more time in the Knights Discord, but stuff and things, and
Put stuff
You know.
in things. Right.
He then didn't he then retire, then unretire?
Something
my God.
like that. Yeah, I missed the fallout from that completely. I just kind of saw it start.
Yeah, that was fun though.
And honestly, like that would have been. That's one of those situations where that's the shit why I got out of SMJHLHO, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't do that anymore, because that would have been such a headache to deal with. Because by the rule book, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing you can do. It's amazing. There's other times where you're like, man, this is a really silly thing that I absolutely have to punish because it's in the rule book, right? Like submitting your roster a day late. Like we had to put that stuff in the rulebook just like the SHL did, because if you didn't, then SHL GMs and SMJHL GMs were letting it drag out for 2 or 3 days and putting off the start of the season because they were just like, well, oh yeah, that was another thing that would happen before you came around. Like,
oh man,
another
our
thing.
season's lasting for like 3 fucking months.
Yeah, because the GMs would just kind of, I'll get around to submitting my roster, one of the most basic duties of, being a GM. So now you have to go the complete opposite direction, where it's like, if you're a day late, you lose a 3rd round draft pick in a Reddit draft, GG fam.
But another
And
thing
then
about
we'll get
this
pissed off.
certain piece of drama is like, during the SHL draft, like we couldn't really scout players. Like we can't check for activity because the site was dead.
Right.
So it made
Right,
the situation even worse.
Okay, I would say the forum transfer is the only time I would have said maybe we should have had a longer off season, a la the early 30s.
Which we did.
I mean, it got pushed back. Well, we started with an extended off season, and that got pushed back a week as well.
That got pushed back because of the forum issues.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was one thing I said in that thread on the old forum was I didn't understand why we had a timetable, more or less the one as ambitious as it was,
I mean,
because it's pretty much a guarantee something's going to go wrong.
the thing is,
And it would even way worse than any of us could have imagined.
yeah, it turned out to be a hosting issue with the people that we were using. Just something they've
completely
fucking us
out
over.
of our control, other than who we were writing the check to.
Yeah. So if we went to someone who could actually host a server, it would have gone smoothly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
that's
also,
actually probably
Wasn't
pretty
it-
true.
I think it was a day after the draft where they fixed the issue.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
we're so close to having a
Because
working
the
site
draft
for the
was on a Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Or was the draft Tuesday? Yes, the draft was on Tuesday. They fixed it on Wednesday. We reddit it on a Thursday.
Yeah, and then
Friday, Saturday was prep draft.
Sunday
prep, and
was
Sunday
juniors
was
draft.
juniors draft.
Yeah.
Yep. And then a bunch of people got updated on Monday. We had preseason on Thursday or Friday after everything was due on Thursday. Blah blah blah. Yep.
But then HO wasn't even around for the SHL draft, so the site dies.
Which blew
all
my
the
mind.
GMs are just alone. Like, what do we do,
Right.
guys?
Yeah, which I get. Like, and that's one of and I will just say this in passing because I know we're already over, and lots of people have changed since then, so it's a little unfair to place this criticism on current HO when most of them aren't even there anymore, and most of the GMs are gone. But it felt like when I was an SMJHL co-GM in Winnipeg ever so briefly and unsuccessfully, that a lot of times the GMs held too much power, that the GMs could sway HO almost too much. Like, if you don't have somebody from HO that can be at the draft, that's not a draft date. Like, that's a really easy fix. Like, I'm sorry. The GMs can send a co-GM or appoint somebody else to help out if they can't make it that day. You can pick a different day for the draft. But if there's nobody from HO, like...
I'm gonna add one more thing. Like, so, the Rage, they had, 4 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks?
Yes.
Right? About half an hour before we started the draft, like, JY just comes into the GM to like, guys, I may have a slight issue tonight. I'm having a slight medical emergency. I may need to go to hospital in the middle of the draft.
Oh, there's some good news.
Yeah. Luckily, he made it through the night and he's still alive as far as I'm aware. But the one GM that has 6 picks in 2 rounds, like, yeah, I may die during this draft. What could possibly go wrong there?
Sweet fucking Christ. Someone save JY from himself and get a co up in the Rage.
Yeah, who does the Rage have on their team that could...
Well, before CrossFit went to the Jets, he could have been it.
Let's have a look at their team. I've got...
Who is on that team? We're going way over now, but now I'm curious. If we were to appoint a Manhattan Rage co-GM, because I'm sure JY will be listening since he's now one of my biggest fans in the rookie Discord. No, he really is. I'm not even joking.
Oh, no, I was looking at the roster like, that's an interesting team they've got.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay. All right. So you've got Gooner, who is in HO. Or
yeah, I think...
Thunder. No, I wouldn't suggest Thunder then. No, no.
Definitely not the Barlows. Fuck those guys.
Maxi?
Oh my god,
No.
his player is still alive? He's banned. He literally can't.
I mean,
Three.
they say in the rulebook.
Oh no, Alchemized players here.
Man, talk about... Yeah, we can't go into that on the podcast, but yeah.
Post podcast show?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
gotta be an after hours, because I'm pretty sure Gala would have missed that whole shit show.
Yes, please let's
Okay,
do that.
yeah, we'll save that for after the recording.
Harry Hans, I mean, my little Hex, if he actually cared.
Wait.
Didn't he just recreate?
Wait.
That's probably his last season
Wait
with
a
that player,
minute.
right?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Have a look at their
Yeah.
prospects.
I was literally about to do that.
Second from bottom.
Second from bottom. I thought that player was retired.
Well,
Oh no, he is, but he retired him after the off-season post.
Right, but he's not in the SHL.
Well,
He's
right.
in the juniors, so he should be retired because he got a new player in the juniors, right?
But is his player actually in juniors? So, like, is he on the roster?
He hasn't signed.
If he's not on a roster and his player is retired, then it's not in the right place on the forum. But I think he's good. That would be an interesting question to bring up with SMJHLHO, which isn't me.
But I mean, they've got
actually. The more I think about it, the more confused I get. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a lot of confusion.
I'm picking Jala. I'm assigning the code to be Jala.
Yeah, I mean they've gotten a lot of good pros. Boom check. There we go.
No, no, no. God, like seriously, Michael Scott from The Office. No, no, God, no.
Do we want to end it there?
Yes. No.
Let's end it there with Zach.
God, no.